Hello students, I am Santosh sir. Here we are going to again rediscuss about circulatory system in human beings. So through this diagram, we'll try to understand how the bloods move in our body from the heart and from the body to the heart. Let us see here. What is See here the heartbeat. The heartbeat means circulate the blood in the human body. So we will try to understand the circulation of the blood in human body with the help of the highly simplified diagram. So first of all, you see the figure here. First, when the muscles of all the four chamber, as you know that the human heart is divided into four chambers. So when the muscles of all the four chambers of the heart are relaxed, जब relaxed होते हैं, the pulmonary veins you see here, this pulmonary veins क्या होते हैं? Pulmonary veins bring the oxygenated blood. Brings the oxygenated blood means oxygen carrying blood. तो pulmonary veins जो होते हैं, ये pulmonary veins जो है, pulmonary veins brings the oxygenated blood from the lungs into the left atrium of the heart. Try to understand, जब जो है pulmonary veins oxygenated blood जो है लाते हैं, तो ये कहाँ जाता है? ये जाता है लेफ्ट एट्रियम of the heart. When the left atrium contract, ये जब left atrium contract करता है, the oxygenated blood is pushed into the left ventricle, through the valve V1. valve V1 के द्वारा जो है कि यह जो है इसमें लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल में जाता है. And when the left ventricle contracts, when the left atrium contracts, the oxygenated blood pushed into the left ventricle through the valve V1. When the left ventricle contracts, the oxygenated blood is forced into the main artery. ये मेन आर्टरी में जाए कि जाते हैं, जिसको हम बोलते हैं एओर्टा. This main artery then branches into smaller arteries which go into the different body organ except the lungs. The smaller arteries is called arterioles, further branched into the कैपिलरीज. जो है कि यही मेन आर्टरी जो होती है, ये बहुत सारे जो है कि छोटे छोटे आर्टरीज में डिवाइडेड होती है. और उसके बाद जो है यही जो है कि क्या होता है, ये कैपिलरीज में डिवाइड होते हैं. द मेन आर्टरी कैरीज द ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड, कैरीज द ब्लड टू द ऑल ऑर्गन्स of the body like head, chest, arms, stomach, intestine, liver, kidney, trunk, legs, except lung. When the oxygenated blood pass through the capillaries of the body, then it gives oxygen to the body cells. So try to understand, when the oxygenated blood passes through the capillaries of the body organ, then it gives oxygen to the body cells. Since the blood loses oxygen here, we say that the blood has the deoxygenated. Now the blood has deoxygenated here because it has given the oxygen to the cells. Here. Then the blood, we say the blood is a deoxygenated. The blood also gives the digested food and the other dissolved material to the body cells. At this time, the carbon dioxide also produced as a waste material during the respiration enter into the blood. And then the deoxygenated blood, which is carrying carbon dioxide from the body organs, enter into the main vein इसको वेना केवा कहते हैं. Okay, this main vein is also called vena cava. Okay, the vena cava carries the deoxygenated blood to the right atrium. Then it passes atrium of the heart. When the right atrium contract, then deoxygenated blood is pushed into right ventricle through the valves V2. And when the right ventricle contacts, okay, right ventricle contact, the deoxygenated blood is pumped into the lungs through the pulmonary artery. In the lungs, deoxygenated blood release its carbon dioxide and absorb the fresh oxygen from the air. So the blood becomes oxygenated. Oxygenated again. This oxygenated blood is again sent to the left atrium of the heart by the pulmonary vein for the circulation in the body. So we can say here circulatory system in which the blood travels twice through the heart in one complete cycle of the body is called double blood circulation. Do you know in the human circulatory system which circulation is found, double circulation is found in the human being. Uh, In the human circulatory system, the pathway of the blood from the heart to the lung and back to the heart is called pulmonary circulation. Do you know what is the pulmonary circulation? So pulmonary circulation is the pathway of the blood. Okay, pathway of the blood from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart is called pulmonary circulation. And the pathway of the blood from the heart to the rest of the body and back to the heart is called systematic circulation. As you know that in the some animals, okay, some animals such as mammals and birds have the four-chamber heart. And in four-chamber heart, the left side and the right side of the heart are completely separated to prevent the oxygenated blood by mixing the deoxygenated blood. Such a separation allows highly efficient supply of the oxygen to the body cells, which is necessary for the producing a lot of energy. This energy is useful in the warm-blooded animals like mammals and birds. So mammals and birds are warm-blooded animal, okay, which have the high energy need because they constantly require energy to maintain their body temperature. Okay, all the animals have the four-chamber heart, have the double blood circulation. All the animals having the four-chamber heart have the double blood circulation, in which the blood passes through the heart twice in a one complete cycle of the body. Do you know what is the heartbeat? Do you know what is the heartbeat? So before heartbeat, I want to tell you about again the single circulation. As you know that the fish has a two-chamber heartbeat, a two-chamber heart. Okay, the fish doesn't have the lungs and it has the gills. As you know, it has a gills to oxygenate blood. Okay, in the fish, heart pumps deoxygenated blood to the gills, and the oxygenation of the blood takes place in the gills, and the oxygenated blood from the gills is supplied to the body parts of the fish, where the oxygen is utilized and carbon dioxide enter into it. It's making it deoxygenated. Okay, the deoxygenated blood return to the heart to be pumped and into the gills again. The flow of the blood in a fish is called single circulation. Single circulation because the blood passes through the heart of the fish only once in a complete cycle of the body. And now we are going to discuss about the heartbeat. Do you know what is heartbeat? You can see here. As you know that fish is having single blood circulation, and mammals have the double blood circulations. Now you can see here heartbeat. Heart means heart is also organ. The heart pumps blood into our arteries by contracting. When the heart contracts, it becomes small in the size and pushes the blood into the main artery with a great force. Then the heart relaxes and gets filled up with the blood from the pulmonary veins. In this way, the heart keeps the contracting and relaxing again and again to pump blood into the body continuously. One complete contraction and relaxation of the heart is called heartbeat. one complete contraction and relaxation of heart is called heartbeat. The heart usually beat about 70 to 72 times in a minute. मतलब हमारा हार्ट जो है कि एक बार एक मिनट में जो है 70 से 72 बार जो है कि क्या करता है, बीट करता है व्हेन वी आर एट ए रेस्ट। जब हम लोग रेस्ट में होते हैं तो ये 70 से 72 बार होता है, लेकिन जब हम जो एक्सरसाइज करते हैं ओके तो ये बढ़ जाता है। When we are at rest, this means that the heart pumps out blood to the arteries about 70 to 72 times per minute. हमारा हार्ट जो है कि ब्लड को पंप करता है आर्टरी में कितना बार, 70 से 72 बार एक मिनट में। देन वी कैन फील आवर हार्ट बीट। हाउ कैन वी फील? वी कैन फील आवर हार्ट बीट इफ यू प्लेस आवर हैंड ऑन द चेस्ट जस्ट अबव द हार्ट रीजन। A doctor listen to our heartbeat by using an apparatus. This type of apparatus is called stethoscope. You can see here stethoscope. This is the stethoscope. Stethoscope is a device which is used by a doctor to listen the heartbeat of our heart. Okay, the stethoscope magnifying the sound of the heartbeat so that doctor can hear the heartbeat very clearly. Though the average number of the heartbeat of a person at rest is 70 to 72 per minute, but the number of the heartbeat increases too much after a physical exercise. After a physical exercise or when a person is excited, when we are so happy, then you can feel you can count the heartbeat more than 70 to 72. Okay, if we count our heartbeat after running for a while, then we will find that it to be more than 100 per minute. The heart beat faster during and after an exercise because the body needs more energy under this condition. What is pulse? Pulse, as you know that every time the heartbeat, blood is forced into artery. This blood makes the arteries expand a little. Expansion of the arteries each time of the blood is forced into it is called pulse. Each heartbeat generate one pulse into the arteries. So the pulse rate of a person is equal to the number of the heartbeat per minute. Since the heartbeat about 70 to 72 per minute, therefore the pulse rate of an adult person while resting is 70 to 72 per minute. The pulse is traditionally taken above the wrist. The pulse is traditionally taken above the wrist. जब हमको पल्स अपना देखना होता है तो अपन रिस्ट के ऊपर जो है कि फिंगर को रख करके हम लोग टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. We can be felt with the finger placed gently on the arteries of the wrist. We place the first two fingers, index finger and middle finger, of our right hand on the inner side of our left wrist and place it gently. We will feel some waves touching our finger. These waves are pulses. We can count the number of such waves in 1 minute by using a watch. This will give us the pulse rate in per minute. So as we know that doctor also use this method to know the pulse rate of the patient or the person by using his finger on the wrist of the patient. At the same time, the looking into watch, doctor can tell by counting the pulse rate and listening the heartbeat whether the person is well or not. This is because the pulse rate and heartbeat changes according to the condition of the heart. And what is the blood pressure? Blood pressure, you can see here, blood pressure. Blood pressure at which the blood is pumped around the body by the heart is called blood pressure. Do you know what is the blood pressure can be expressed in the form of two values, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. What is the diastolic and systolic pressure? The phase of the heartbeat when the heart contracts the pumps the blood into the artery is called systole, and the phase of the heart beat when the heart relaxes means expands and allows the chambers to fill the blood is called diastole. The maximum pressure at which the blood leaves the heart leaves the heart through the main arteries during the contraction phase is called systolic pressure. The minimum pressure in the arteries during the relaxation phase of the heart is called diastolic pressure. So we can say here the pressure of the person is expressed in the term of the millimeter of the mercury, which is written in the mm and hg, which is written into mm and hg. So we can say here in a healthy person the normal blood pressure value are given here 120 upon 80 mm hg. mm क्या है millimeter and hg is mercury. Okay, so it is written here 120 is the diastolic pressure, 120 is the diastolic pressure and 80 is the systolic pressure, sp, and dp is the 120. It is for a normal and healthy person. Okay, so the blood pressure value vary from the person and person from the time to time. They also vary with the age also. A young person may have the blood pressure 110 oblique 175, but at the age of 60 it could be 140/90. The high blood pressure is called hypertension. The high blood pressure is called hypertension. The high blood pressure is caused by the constriction, that is narrowing of the very small arteries, which result in the increase the resistance of the blood flow. Very high blood pressure can lead to the rupture of the artery and internal bleeding. Thank you.